The latest rent report from Rentals.ca was just released last week, and rents across Canada are continuing to fall, down 3.7% from the same time last year. However, rather than just looking at rent prices, today I want to talk about rent affordability, which is a fairly hot topic these days considering the roller coaster ride that we've seen with rent prices in the past 5 years. The Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation, or CMHC, defines housing affordability as a threshold of 30% of a household's pre-tax income. For example, if your household brings in a total of $100,000 a year, your housing cost should be a maximum of $30,000 a year, or $2,500 a month, in order for it to be considered affordable. These numbers are obviously going to vary by each individual household, but using the average asking price of a 2-bedroom rental unit along with the latest data for median household income from the CMHC, we can get an idea of which areas of the country are the most and least affordable places to be a renter. Nationwide, the median household income was $94,500, and the average asking rent for a 2-bedroom apartment was slightly over $2,000, or 28.2% of income, which is slightly inside the CMHC's threshold of affordability. However, breaking it down by province tells a different story. Although it's not the most expensive province to live in, Nova Scotia was the least affordable based on this data, with an average 2-bedroom apartment costing about 37.5% of the median household income. Although the province used to have a reputation as a relatively affordable area of the country, if you live in Nova Scotia, you've probably noticed that there's been a significant increase in the cost of housing over the past 5 years, but without a corresponding increase in household income. Following Nova Scotia are British Columbia and Quebec, with Ontario coming in 4th place just inside the affordability threshold at 29.8%. Although Ontario is among the highest cost provinces in the country, it also has the second highest median income, making the housing market slightly more balanced than it is in other provinces. On the affordable end of the spectrum, Newfoundland and Labrador was the most affordable, with an average 2-bedroom costing slightly less than $1,200 against a median household income of $81,000. Next is Alberta, which is significantly more expensive, but also has the highest median income in the country at $112,000. Saskatchewan is the only other province with 2-bedroom rent at less than 20% of the median income, followed by New Brunswick and Manitoba, which are very close to one another in affordability. In terms of major cities, Vancouver is the least affordable in Canada, with an average 2-bedroom rent of $3,400 and household income of just over $100,000. Next is Halifax, where rents are about 24% lower, but income is 12% lower as well. Rounding out the top 5 are Victoria, Toronto, and Sudbury, which I gotta admit was a surprise entry on the list for me. The most affordable of the major cities was St. John's, Newfoundland, where an average 2-bedroom apartment costs 15% of the median household income, which is only halfway to the CMHC's limit for affordability. Following that, we have the large prairie cities: Edmonton, Saskatoon, Regina, and Calgary. In 6th place, we have the most affordable city in Ontario, Oshawa. The average rent for a 2-bedroom in Oshawa is over $2,000 a month, but they also have the highest median income of any city on the CMHC's list at $115,000. So, what do you think? Does this data align with what you've been seeing in your city? Do you think the CMHC's threshold of 30% of pre-tax income is a good measure of affordability? Let us know in the comments, and if you want more details, check out the full rent report at Rentals.ca.